guys, and welcome to another lesson from me, Rex Pearson. I hope you guys are doing alright out there. It's an extremely hot day where I am at the moment, hence the casual sort of dress code today. Hope you don't mind. Just want to say a big shout out to all the commentators on my last video. Really appreciate all the feedback. It's absolutely awesome, some of the comments that you guys have contributed to it. It's going to be a great resource for any beginner guitarist looking at avoiding mistakes. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, whoop-pow! There's a video for you. If you just click on that, it will take you to the video that I'm on about. That was my previous one. Now today it is actually a lesson, not a guitar debate. And the first question you've got to ask yourself is, what the hell have I done to my guitar? Well, basically, it's not just totally random. I'm part of basically my new band, the Boondock Hippie, is going to be launching a new album soon, and we've got a gig coming up in a week's time for the opening launch party. So, today we're going to be looking at sweep picking mistakes. Now, this is going to be a video for beginners, but intermediate and advanced guitarists, you might want to check my 8 different points and make sure that you're not going against any of these, because it's so important. I see so many sweep pickers doing awful mistakes on the fretboard, and they can easily be avoided. So I'm going to basically list my 8 top tips for sweep picking. Okay, now everything that I'm going to talk to you about today is going to be based off of a very simple arpeggio shape. So if you don't know it already, let me just quickly demonstrate that to you. It's an A minor 3-note per string arpeggio, focused on the 8th fret here, 9th fret here, 10th fret on the B string, 8th fret now on the E string, high E, and then the 12th string on the same, 12th fret on the same string. And you pick up and back down. Now I'm taking a very easy arpeggio so we can focus on the common mistakes. Now here we go, 8 common mistakes that you need to avoid if you're going to start sweep picking. So make sure you're not doing them. Now the first one, don't play your arpeggios too fast. Basically, if you cannot play 100% accurately and 100% in control of any arpeggio that you're learning, then you're playing it too fast. Because the words fast and slow to people mean different things, I think there's a lot of confusion going on. If you're making a mistake, it's too fast. And I literally mean it might be like this. On an arpeggio. Speed comes with accuracy, and without accuracy, you just get a sloppy mess. Okay, another thing that I see often happen is when you're playing a sweep picked arpeggio, it's you're not paying attention to muting the strings that you've already picked. Now there's 2 ways that you can do it, and I always recommend one, using the palm of your hand to mute the strings as you go along. And it's all about correct right hand positioning with sweep picking, making sure that the strings mute. If we take that same arpeggio, if I let it all ring, or I mute it, you can hear the difference. There's clarity on the last one, not quite so much on the others. If you take a 6-string arpeggio, you're going to end up with a mess. Sounds all just too much of a mess, whereas if you mute the strings... Okay, now sweep picking is generally done on arpeggios. Arpeggios are just broken chords, or chords with the notes stacked individually rather than play at the same time, but I see so many people trying to get really fast by doing this. No, you don't want to do that. Basically, you're strumming the strings and not picking individual notes. The right hand, it shouldn't pause, but there should be separation between each note that you play. So don't strum your sweeps. They are individual notes within there. Do not try and get too fast. It's all about trying to push yourself before you're ready. Do not do it. Have the patience, have the discipline, alright? Next one. The other one I see, this is number 4, is the opposite of what we just did. Rather than strumming, people take the other approach and they pick every individual note. Now watch my right hand. Now they were all downstrokes, so I'm following the sort of sweep picking mentality. But what I'm doing is I'm picking individually the notes. You don't want to do that. It needs to be one smooth movement down the strings. Smooth movement down the strings, okay? So don't pick individual notes. It shouldn't be bat, 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 bat. It should be bat, 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 bat. A lot of arpeggios that you will play tend to have 2 notes on the same fret but on opposite strings. This one that I just showed you doesn't, which is why it's a great one for beginners, but if I just show you an A minor arpeggio that does contain a roll, there is an arpeggio that contains a roll. Lots of sloppy mistakes happen when people start to roll. Now, if you have to deal with a roll and you notice that you're getting sloppy mistakes happening at that point, you need to focus on just the roll. And the exercise is quite simple. A small sweep across 2 strings where the roll happens, and try and separate the notes. Do the same on the opposite way, because you're going to have to pick up as well, upstrokes. Then when it comes to doing the sweep, you're going to get the separation. Okay, number 6, the pull-off at the top of arpeggios. You want to make sure that when you're doing a pull-off that it is just as loud or equally loud in volume as the picked notes. If it's not, it's going to sound a bit odd. If you're doing a sweep arpeggio and the pull-off is a bit weak, I find it quite hard to actually do this. Bit weak like that, your arpeggio is going to sound a bit disjointed, a bit like a drunken bloke walking down the street. So you need to make sure you've got a strong pull-off action that's as loud as your picked notes. So watch out for that. Make sure that that pull-off is as loud and you're not getting all these weird dynamic volumes going on. Okay, the next one is more of a theory-based one with sweep picking. Try to push yourself with sweep picking. Don't just do the same common shapes that everyone does. Yes, you need to learn your beginner shapes to start off with, but if you have a knowledge of how they're constructed, a knowledge of music theory, yes, I said it, music theory, you do need to learn it because it is important for these types of things to build your own arpeggios. It doesn't have to be major and minor arpeggios, 6-note and 3-note per string, and that's it. You can explore different arpeggios, like, and that was a minor 13 chord, so you can explore different arpeggios, and it doesn't have to be based within one box shape. You can go up the neck and down the neck. The great guitarists all do it, and you can be a great guitarist as well. That's why I'm here trying to teach you guys. And my final tip, number 8, which is a big one for me because it really annoys me when I hear other guitarists do it, so try not to do it, unless it's intentional, of course. Timing of your notes. Some people find parts of an arpeggio easier than others, and because they're on a constant quest to push speed all the time, they play the fast bits as fast as they can, they play the slow bits as fast as they can, but it's slow. So you get this weird sort of timing. For example, it's usually on the pull-off that everyone finds a bit faster, so you get something that sounds like this. If I do that over 5. Now that's an extreme version, but if you get someone doing it quite a lot, you get a weird sound, and it's not going to be in time with a band or with other musicians or even in a song. It's going to sound a bit weird because you're going in and out of time. So make sure that each individual note, if you're going for this sort of timing, which is usually what people are doing on sweep picking, especially for beginners when you're just starting off, even 16th notes, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4, or even triplets, 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then you'll get the good timing, and make sure that you stick rigidly to that timing so that you can actually sound like you're in time. Worth practicing with a metronome, guys. Okay, so that concludes my 8 common mistakes that I see guitarists make. Don't be one of them, alright? I want to make sure that you guys learn the correct technique. Now, like I said, I'm going to be doing a course on sweep picking that's going to take beginners right up to advanced level. If you're an intermediate or advanced guitarist, I hope this was useful for you and you can check at least the 8 things. Make sure that some of them don't apply to you. Maybe 1 or 2 do, maybe none of them do, in which case I'll see you guys on the next video. For the beginners, hit the subscribe button if this is your first time watching one of my videos. I really hope you enjoyed it, hope you get a lot out of it, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks so much for all the support. It's been fantastic to hear from everyone in the YouTube community. You know, there's so many cool guitarists out there. I'm going to be coming back with as many cool videos so that I can repay the favour. So enjoy, guys. See you on the next video. And now I'm going out to the sun.